I love when women would come up and say, where did you meet such a mighty man of God? Reform school. We met in reform school when I was 15. He was 16. And then, well, you know the story of him running away, living with us. And then we got married when I was 17. He was 18. And we had Mindy shortly after that. And then the raid on our house. Well, it was when that Christian couple at that gas station. And isn't that amazing how his radiator was smoking and he had to pull into the gas station that we were at. And he was like, I don't know what happened, but the radiator's fine. He was sent by God to meet us and for him to hear Billy needed a job, for him to give him that job. Well, then once he gave him the job, then he had the hook in his mouth. Can me and my wife come over to your house tonight? That's how you do it.
Now, where was it? Was it after reform school that you were born again there to begin with?
Yes. Now, when I was about 5 years old, my mom started going to a Pentecostal church in Fort Wayne. And I loved it. And you know how you would go in and you would learn different lessons. I loved it, but we were only there for a short time. And then she would back away and go back to the old lifestyle. So I remember getting saved in that little Pentecostal church. But then there was nothing. I remember when I was going through a really hard time in Cleveland. I was doing drugs, popping pills at 9. I can remember that there was a little church down the street that me and my cousins would occasionally go to. And they would just love on us. And well, when you don't get that from home, you gravitate to that, like they care for me. And so I can remember vividly going to the little church thinking, wow, these are awesome people that will love on you. So that's what I remember as a child. Well, then we ended up moving to Muncie. And so then I was not in church. When I was in the children's home, they would take us to like a Catholic church. We would go to different churches like almost every Sunday. And so I was going to church, but I wasn't really into church. So it wasn't until I recommitted my life when she prayed with me that evening. We started going to church, and it was so funny because it was when you're not a Christian, not living that lifestyle. So they came to our house, we recommitted our lives. We went to church that next day. When we pulled up to the church, it was a little white church, but the whole church, like the praise and worship that was going on, it was like boom, boom, boom. And we're like, and so we walk in, and there's about 100 people there. And we're at the very back row, and we're trying not to be, well, of course, Jeff and Diana, the ones that had ministered to us and hired him the day before, were all the way on the front row. And so we're trying not to be seen by them, and they're like, come up, come up. And so we go all the way to the front row, and it's like a million needles sticking in us. Like, you know what it was just completely different what we had just walked out of. And then every service, my husband would say, we're not coming back. We're not coming back. And so Wednesday night, we're not coming back. Saturday, okay, well, yeah, let's go. That Sunday, we're not coming back. That happened within 4 weeks. He was playing the tambourine.
Like what you saw? Make sure to comment and like below. Hit that subscribe button for more content uploaded weekly.